I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm Cassie Sorensen. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Christine Price. Nice to meet you.
Oh, good. So, who is the child of concern today?
His name is Weston, and he is in my first grade class this year.
All right. So, what concerns you about Weston?
During class time, he'll throw tantrums and he'll throw items.
All right. What items does he throw?
Any items that are on his desk or near him.
Okay. Does the size of the object matter?
No, if he can lift it, then he's going to try and throw it.
All right. What does he do when he gets mad? Could you describe it to me?
So his body language shows it. He clenches his fists, squints his eyes, and he won't talk.
All right. So I'm hearing you say that you're concerned with Weston when he engages in clenched fists, squinting eyes, and body language that shows anger. He also picks up items that are close to him and throws them on the ground. Is this correct?
Yeah, he grabs whatever he can and he chucks it as hard as he can. Sometimes it'll be stuff on his desk and sometimes it'll be on the inside of his desk.
All right. Do you know what makes him angry?
Nope, it's pretty random. It could be anything.
Does he become angry more often at a certain time of day?
I don't know. It might be more often in the mornings.
All right. Can you think of anything that occurs more often in the mornings than in the afternoons that may cause him to exhibit these behaviors?
I know he doesn't like to write or he hates writing work. He has language in the mornings where he has to write.
Oh. What does Weston do to make you think that he doesn't like to write?
He won't stay focused or stay on task, and he talks to other students more.
Is there anything else he does to show you that he is angry and he's going to throw items?
No, I don't think so. Sometimes he might get in a fight with the kids and he starts to get mad, but never throws stuff.
How often does this occur during the day?
Like 4 or 5 times.
Okay. What do the other students do when Weston begins to show anger in his body language?
Sometimes they try to get his attention and ask him what's wrong.
How does Weston respond when peers try to talk to him after he's already showing the signs of frustration?
He just shuts down. He won't talk. Weston ignores them, but shows more signs of anger. The more they try to talk to him, and he will throw stuff at them as well.
Okay. What do you do when he clenches his fists and starts squinting his eyes and he starts throwing items?
So the class and I try to block him from throwing items or try, not to let him hit us. We tell him to stop throwing things and threaten to send him to the office. I say, if you don't stop, then this throwing stuff right now, that I'm calling Mr. Stewart.
Okay. How often did Weston participate in this behavior today?
Only 3 times today.
All right. Did this occur in the morning or afternoon?
The morning.
All right. Has Weston ever not participated in this behavior, like during the language writing assignment in the mornings?
Probably not, but he does it at other times of the day also. Mostly in the mornings, though.
Okay. How do you feel, or what do you feel is the most detrimental in his learning and the learning of others in your class out of the clenching fists, squinting eyes, not speaking, or throwing items?
Throwing items and not talking when being talked to by us. The students will ask him what is wrong and why he is mad, and he won't answer. We don't know how to help him.
All right. Does Weston's throwing items get harder or softer when people try to talk to him?
No, he will just ignore everyone and start throwing items harder and faster if he can get his hands on something to throw.
All right. What does he do when he's out of items to throw?
Nothing. He just sits there. Sometimes he will try to tip over his desk and chair, but not all the time.
How do you guys respond when he tries to tip over his desk or chair?
We just tell him to pick it up, and he ignores us. I usually end up calling the literacy coach to come get him out of class because he's ignoring us.
Okay, and that is Mr. Stewart?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What does Weston do when Mr. Stewart, the literacy coach, comes and gets him?
Nothing. The literacy coach usually has to drag him out and says that he will have to finish his assignment in the office.
Are there any consequences for him, or does he just stay in the office until the assignment's done?
Either until recess or until he completes his assignment, whichever comes first.
All right. What happens right before the clenching of the fists and squinting of the eyes and not talking, like right directly before.
He won't do his assignment. He just talks to his neighbor or is being obnoxious.
All right. Let's see, can you describe his obnoxious behavior in more detail?
He is just loud and tries to crack jokes. He won't sit still and he's disruptive.
Are you aware if he participates in this behavior if in any other setting or place?
I don't know.
All right. Do you know how long the behavior tends to last?
5 minutes or so.
Okay. Is there anything that you know that Weston enjoys or does particularly well?
He does enjoy playing games on a tablet or computers or something like that.
Okay. Does he have access to this in the classroom?
He could,
Okay.
but it's not usually a typical thing to do
Okay.
in our school day.
All right. Do you know what his favorite subject in school is?
Math.
All right. Let's see. So the main problem that we're having with Weston is that he gets angry and he throws items during writing assignments, mostly during language time, and he does this about 4 times per day. Is this correct?
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. I can imagine that would be super frustrating when you're trying to teach a class.
Yes. It throws everybody off and everyone's tense and uncomfortable. So.
All right. The first thing we need to do is take a baseline data and ABC data. Do you know what baseline is?
No.
Okay, a baseline is just how often the behavior occurs. So we just need to kind of keep track of how many times it's occurring. Is this something that you could write down for me and keep track of?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, once the behavior occurs, could you tell me what happens directly before the behavior happens?
Yes.
Okay, this is called the antecedent. And then we also need to track the consequence, which happens right directly after the behavior. Do you think this is something that you could do for me?
Yes.
Do you think we could start tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
I was thinking maybe we could keep track of it for about 4 days. And I have a form that I can give you that will help you when you fill this out. And so you could just fill it out and watch them and look for what happens right before the behavior and what happens right after.
Okay.
Awesome. Do you think we could start doing this tomorrow on the 18th?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you could take data for the rest of the week. And then would you care if I came back on the 25th and observed in your classroom for myself?
Oh, no, that'd be great.
Okay. If this works for you, I will see you then.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
Okay,
too.
see ya. Bye.
Bye.